Sayago everyone. I just finished making our week number 4 garden update video. Check it out if you haven't. And I was in programming and we were learning how to make beaded keychains, and one of the clients was talking about how they liked hearing my stories of my grandmother. My grandmother's name was Donna Benedict from Moccasins. She did beadwork, she made moccasins, she did leather work. Her specialty was making traditional outfits, more so wedding outfits I've seen her make. But yeah, so I just thought I'd do a short little video talking more about her and kind of the things she taught me. Growing up, I was always at my grandmother's house. Anytime there's a ceremony going on at Longhouse, she would call me up and say, hey, I'll be over at 8:30 to pick you up. And, she'd always stop at Tim Hortons and pick up her coffee, and we'd go to Longhouse. And there's a few times that she always knew when I was off the, wrong path and I needed to get back back to our traditions and our teachings. She'd always make me go to a Longhouse with her and wash corn. I always knew I was in for a big lecture and talking when she'd ask me if I wanted to go to Longhouse and wash corn and help them wash corn and get ready for ceremony, because I was always surrounded by, either clan mothers or other community members who would want to help. And I just found they always had the right things to say to me at the time, whether they knew what kind of trouble I was in or not. But I thought they always knew the right words to say. Actually, a few weeks ago, living here in Six Nations, I met a previous client of hers, and she just had such a beautiful story of my grandmother to tell. She ended up going to Moccasins and spending the weekend with my grandmother. And my grandmother made her wedding outfit in one weekend, which just kind of blows my mind, because I know there's so many talented, people who make traditional outfits or beadwork or leather work. There's so many amazing artists out there, and they know how much time and effort it takes to make a special piece. So to hear she made a full wedding outfit just blows my mind. She actually made, before she passed away, she made me my wedding dress for whenever me and my partner decide to get married. And for the longest time, I think that's her way of giving him the stamp of approval. It's so funny, whenever I first told her I was seeing someone, the first thing she asked was, what nation is he and what clan is he, making sure everything lined up, making sure we weren't the same clan, and making sure we also weren't cousins. The probs of having a huge family, I guess. But yeah, my grandmother, I'll post some pictures of her. She had her own fashion show. She just did such amazing work, and it's actually all over the world, her outfits. I swear, every year ever since she has passed, it feels like whenever my family needs it most, someone will reach out to one of us and say, we have, she made me a elk fringe jacket, or she made me a leather skirt, or she made me some moccasins, and just give us this nice, beautiful story that we just needed to hear. And, that's what I was always taught too. When people who we love have passed, they always give us little reminders throughout our life that they're still here and they're still watching over us from the sky world. And, that they're still with us in spirit, which is really nice. And it's nice to get that reminder. Also, another nice story of my grandmother. Well, to me it's nice. My grandmother really suffered the last few years of her life. She had breast cancer on this side. I actually have a tattoo where she had the lump on her breast. And underneath her armpit, the lymph nodes were so swollen that her arm was swelling. So she couldn't use her left side at all. So she made every single family member a pair of moccasins. And she did that all with her right hand, which just blows my mind because you look at these moccasins and they are like stunningly beautiful. I'll leave a picture of the moccasins she made me. And also she made me my wedding baskets, which any basket makers out there know it requires 2 hands, but this woman did it with 1. She was just such a remarkable woman. And you know, she had that I know the joke is, you know, Native women, we have that deep belly laugh where our shoulders just bounce up and down. And she embodied like the definition of a true Ungwehua woman, you know, right down to her mean mugging stare where you got the look, you know, you had to smarten up. Especially if we were in Longhouse, I got the look a few times. But yeah, I just thought I'd share a story of my grandmother. I had a few people ask about her, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And I'll also leave some pictures of her, and maybe if you guys know her, leave me a comment of a story of her, or share a story of me about your grandmother if they also made beadwork or leatherwork or anything like that. It's nice to hear.